I was 3'10", 6'5" and a half.
Quite the last couple of years, coming from Stevens Point to Madison, now you're at the Combine. Did you ever just step back and look at, this really kind of happened fast?
Yeah, it was an amazing journey for sure, and enjoyed every step of it. Wouldn't change a thing, and enjoyed my time at both schools, and played some good football.
What is it like coming here, being rated, if you're not the number one offensive lineman in the draft, one of the top 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever? What does that feel like?
Yeah, it's a special thing. It's an amazing feeling. Really honored to be able to come here and be able to talk to all the coaches here and get this experience is incredible.
What kind of feedback have you been getting from other teams regarding, where your best positions going to be based on scheme and all that?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of everything. Obviously, I'm going to play the position that the coaches want me to play. That's going to help the team out the most, and I've really heard everything from tackle, guard to center. So it's been interesting.
Is there some reason there's so many offensive linemen from the Big Ten, tackles in particular? It seems like every year they send a bunch to the pros.
Yeah, I think the Big Ten, you got a lot of big players in there, and at Wisconsin we run the ball a lot. We pride ourselves on running the ball, and just nose to the grindstone kind of football.
What has the recovery process been like from the hip surgery?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's been all positive. I'm on like 8 weeks now of recovery, feeling really healthy, and I'll be back in California training and rehabbing that after this.
It's like, I'm sure you got a lot of questions about that from the medical staff and things. Did they think that it was going as well as you thought it was coming into this?
Yeah, the surgeon was actually there for medical checkups, and he said that it looks really clean, looks really good.
How much does that rehab process then cut into your training, if any?
Yeah, it cuts in a little bit on the lower body. Obviously, I can't do any agility drills or heavy squats or anything like that. But I'm still training, upper body fully, and then getting some cardio. I can do cardio, so it's a good process. It's like 5 months, but it's kind of an injury that it really goes by how you're feeling. So 5 months is typical, but we'll see.
Are you kind of thinking OTAs might be limited, but the hope is training camp wherever you are?
Yeah, I should absolutely be cleared for training camps and hopefully OTAs, but not positive yet.
Ryan, what can you do here in Indy?
Just the bench press. I won't be running.
And obviously interviews tonight, but nothing tomorrow in the or when you
Right. Yeah, I won't be on the field tomorrow.
Tackles have had a more difficult time last 7-8 years in the NFL. That plug-and-play tackle hasn't been as common. What is it about the system you were in that makes you think you can transition to the NFL?
Yeah, at Wisconsin, obviously run heavy, but we had some play actions. We had some, 5-man protections, and we were coached really well at Wisconsin. Great coaching staff there, and just working on little fundamentals and constantly improving my game. I think I'll be able to transfer into the NFL.
Obviously 6 Badgers here, yourself included, but what's it like just going through the process with 2 guys that you blocked for and guard?
Yeah, it's really cool. I got the chance to talk to them a little bit and, kind of talk about the whole experience and, how fast everything has gone, and it's special. It's special to be able to come here with teammates.
How many teams have you been with so far?
I believe probably 13 or 14.
You still have more to do?
Yeah, I got some more tonight.
Did you beat Buffalo at all?
Not yet.
Giants?
Yeah.
Ryan, a lot of projections maybe have you going to the Broncos. Have you allowed yourself to think about going to Denver or any team and can envision it yet?
Yeah, I haven't really put too much thought into that. The coaches are going to make up their minds, and they're the real decision makers, not really what anyone else says. So at the end of the day, try not to put too much thought into that. And obviously, I'll have a new favorite team here in the the next month or two. So.
Is it important for you to be the first offensive lineman drafted?
Yeah, it's that would be a huge honor if that happened. But anywhere I go, it's not a big deal. I want to go play football, and that's my main focus.
Are you the top guy here?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at any of that.
Ryan, at what point in your process did you realize that this could kind of be a reality or even a goal for you, considering where you started to kind of where you've been?
Yeah, so starting out at a Division III school, it's always my goal to compete and within myself and be the best I can possibly be. So, transferring up into Division I, it's always been my mindset to push myself to be that best guy, and it kind of became a reality that I could maybe get into the NFL and over the course of the 2 years at Madison. So
what did Paul Chryst have to do with that?
Yeah, he was a huge help. The decision to come out, him and as well as the rest of the coaching staff helped me out. Gave me honest feedback, so they played a big part in it.
Why was there so much switching around when you first came out of high school and you went home state and then decided not to?
Yeah, I was 18 years old. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at the time, and being out of the game for a little bit made me realize what I gave up. So just got back into playing football again.
Were you kind of burned out at that point, or what?
I don't know if I'd say I was burned out. I thought at the time I wanted to do something else.
Do you find that teams, when you're talking to them, are curious about that and really want to know about your passion and commitment and why that journey was different than most?
Yeah, it's been a big question in interviews, and like I said, took that year off and realized what I had given up, and ever since then I've been competing and just playing football again and loving it.
Right. What was it like finishing one season at Stevens Point, and the next time you played, went out at Camp Randall, 80,000? How different was that for you?
Yeah, it was a big change. It was a big difference, and I had that year off at Wisconsin my first year, so I think that did help me to kind of get acquainted with the school and the program and the system. But there's nothing like running out to Camp Randall on Saturdays. It's amazing.
What did you learn from going up against TJ and Vince in practice?
Yeah, both of those guys are high motor guys, and it's fun to compete against them. We had our battles at practice, and it was a good time. We both, we all made each other better at practice.
You mentioned that teams talk to you about guard, center, and tackle. Seriously, possibly playing any of those positions, or did they just ask you if you'd be open to doing that?
Yeah, it was more if you'd be open to it. Yeah.
Ryan, in a game situation, who was the best D-line that you won against?
I'd probably say Taco Charlton at Michigan.
What was it about his style that made him?
Yeah, he's a quick pass rusher, and he backs it up with power, so it was a good challenge.
Have you met with the Broncos yet? And have you thought about possible fit there, given how often you've been linked to them in mock drafts?
Say that again.
Have you met with the Broncos, and have you looked at them any differently since you've been linked to them so much in mock drafts?
Yeah, I met with the Broncos. We had a good meeting. They asked a lot of questions, and it was another meeting, and obviously hope they like what I had to say and how I play as a player.
Is the relationship between you, Paul, and their new tight end coach, Jeep, and being his brother, does that have any impact on how that goes? Does your relationship with your head coach, Paul, and their tight end coach, Jeep, being his brother, has that been brought up in conversations?
No, that hasn't. I haven't heard of that yet.
Ryan, someone earlier mentioned the rough adjustment period for some, or probably most tackles in recent years, to the NFL from college. Does that provide any additional chip for you to say, hey, I'm not going to struggle, I want to be a day one plug-and-play impact guy?
Yeah, going to the NFL, it's a huge jump. You're playing against the best players in the world. So I don't think it's easy for anyone to adjust. And, you just got to put that work in there and just compete every day and make the most out of it.
What do you want to
talk to Joe Thomas at all?
Yeah, I had a conversation with them while I was at Wisconsin.
What do you want to prove most?
Joe and TJ and Beagle in practice help you become a better player.
How does it help?
Yeah, how did it help you become a better player going against Joe Schober, TJ Watt?
Yeah, those guys, like I said, are high motor guys and they're good athletes. They're all very fast, powerful guys. So especially when we were going against defensive ends who kind of had a similar play style to them, it was really beneficial to be able to go against them and kind of get a feel for, a really speedy guy and stuff like that.
How are you and TJ alike?
I think we both have a really good work ethic. On and off the field, I think we both work extremely hard, and yeah.
He's a bit chatty.
He is. I'm a little bit more reserved, a little bit quieter, but yeah.
Do you laugh at some of his whole family?
Yeah. I mean, I met his family once, and they're all great people. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good meeting. You know, they had me draw some plays up and kind of talk some football, talk some background, and it was a good meeting.
Ryan, what does it feel like to just totally pancake a dude and just kind of own him on the field?
Yeah, that's a satisfying feeling for sure. There's nothing quite like going out on the field and doing that. It's fun.
Do you remember the first time when that happened, or did it ever stand out?
There's a couple deuce blocks I had with my guard, and got some pretty good blocks.
Who was the victim? Do you recall?
I won't name any.
Ryan, what do you hope to prove most to teams over this weekend?
I like to just get, show them, my work ethic, and I think they can see that in my film. And just to be able to get out on the field, someone selects me to just show the kind of player I am and the work ethic that I have.
How intrusive have those medical interviews been and those physicals, those medical physicals? How intrusive have they been?
Oh yeah, they were. It's kind of an all-day process. You got medical exams kind of all day, and they're just checking every joint, muscle, ligament in your body. But they were all good. They were fine.
Wisconsin's got such a tradition of first-round picks and these type of things. Is it a lot to uphold, and why has it been so successful? Spitting offensive line.
Yeah, like I said before, Wisconsin, is a run-heavy offense, and they've produced some really big names and really good offensive linemen, and got some big shoes to fill. But I'm excited and looking forward to it.
You come in on scout team. You go against an NFL starter day one, right? How much confidence did you giving him when you're redshirting? That a lot of teammates said they knew this guy. We didn't know this guy's coming.
Yeah, that was exciting to be able to come in and compete against those guys who, we're good, really good players and can play at the next level. So that definitely was a confidence booster for sure.
Day one, did you know day one, first time you popped on scout? Joe has one.
Yeah, there was an adjustment period for sure, but it was good. It was fun.
What do you think makes it an NFL-ready tackle coming out of college?
What do you think makes one?
Like what do you need to be able to do to be able to come in and play right away?
Yeah, I think first of all you got to be a smart player. Know the ins and outs of football, and just have the athletic ability to be able to do what that team wants you to do, and kind of a natural raw ability packed in with work ethic.
What team and what players brought out the best in you as a collegiate?
I would say every single game I played, helped me become stronger, helped me grow and develop into the player I am today.
So not like a specific opponent or to get fired up for?
No, I mean playing football out there, and I think every play you have the opportunity to learn something and improve your game.
Ryan, is there any thoughts that the medical situation may impede your learning curve as you enter the NFL? Because obviously it's an adjustment. They're going to ask you to do a whole lot of stuff and jump in the water real quick. Is that a concern at all?
It's not really a concern. I think whatever team I go to, it's going to be a lot of learning right off the bat, and then if I'm healthy, I'm going to jump in there and do what I can and just kind of adjust to that system.
Are you at all overwhelmed by the fact that you may get drafted by a team that needs you to start immediately as opposed to someone who might want you to work it gradually?
No, I don't think that's what I want. I want to play football right away when I get there. So I'll be looking forward to that if that was the situation.
Ryan, have you started meeting with teams yet? What have these meetings been like?
Yeah, I've met with quite a few teams already, and the meetings are really good. They get some background and talk some football with you, and they've been really solid.
Did you meet with the Eagles, and do you remember anything about that meeting? If you did?
I think I have a meeting with them tonight. Yeah.
How about the Giants?
Yeah, I met with them.
How'd that go?
It was good. It was good. Same thing, talking football and kind of background.
Did your football career begin as an offensive lineman?
Like early on, or are you talking college?
No, early on.
Early on, I played everything: quarterback, running back, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, and then probably around junior high is when I started playing offensive line.
How versatile can you be? You're obviously listed at the top. Versatile enough to play guard?
Yeah, I think for sure I could play any position and adapt and change.
So you were young when you made the switch, but what is it like to not get maybe the individual accolades of a Melvin Gordon or a lot of skill guys, and what's that adjustment like?
Yeah, you know, the offensive line kind of takes pride in not getting pride. You know, it's a thankless position, but wouldn't have it any other way.